Hi, everybody. Alexia and I welcome you to our podcast. And today is one of the biggest medical breakthroughs. It's called evolutionary medicine. And it has a lot of subdivisions now: evolutionary psychology, evolutionary genetics, even evolutionary psychiatry. And the concept is exquisitely simple. It's intuitive. And that is the way we were designed to live our lifestyle. There's a big gap between how we actually live and how we were actually designed to live. There's a big mismatch. So they're called the mismatched diseases. Again, very simple, very intuitive. And today, let's do an overview, and then in our series, we'll continue dissecting out each one in a lot more detail. So, simple version, I just reduced it to four major concepts. Number one, nutrition. Number two, exercise. Number three, nature. And number four, community. Okay, let's do nutrition first. Number one is the nutrition because is the way we were designed to eat natural whole food with a lot of fiber. Okay. And you know from our previous podcasts is the real nemesis, the real bugaboo is highly refined carbs. We were not designed for that. Well, what are the mismatched diseases called? Well, metabolic syndrome, diabetes, and we covered that in many, many previous podcasts. Okay, so make sure you have natural whole food with a lot of fiber. Okay. Number two, exercise. We were designed for movement, movement, movement in every permutation and combination thereof: aerobic exercise, anaerobic exercise, flexibility, balance, core, and is, if you like statistics, only 7% of American adults exercise on a regular basis. And anywhere you go, there's available health clubs and gyms and spas. So we have to increase that number above 7%. The mismatched disease in that case would be called sarcopenia. Sarco means muscle. And basically, what it means as we get older, we lose muscle mass. But you lose a lot more muscle mass if you don't exercise. Number three would be nature. That's a real no brainer. Okay. Where we come from, we spent a lot more time in nature. And now we spend a lot more time indoors, okay, with a lot more information overload, okay, and high tech. We all know that. And that causes a tremendous amount of stress. That would be the stress diseases. And last but not least is number four, community, okay? The way we were designed is for incredible family, friends, social activity. Why? Because we are the most social of the social primates. And over 50 years ago, I taught brain function to medical students, and a large part of the real estate of the brain is allocated to social behavior. So today, isolation. We all know about that. We don't have to belabor that. We all know about massive isolation. And this is worldwide. And the big two diseases, the mismatched diseases that follow that, are worldwide depression, worldwide anxiety, coming mainly from the social isolation. Oh, okay. So once again, all we did was say that there's a whole new field in medicine opening up called evolutionary medicine. And the key word, the take home word for today is mismatched diseases. Okay. If there's a big gap between those four, nutrition, exercise, and then nature and community, then there's going to be a mismatched disease. And we mentioned the big four mismatched diseases. So, as we always do, because habit and ritual is very important in human culture, we have to check in with Alexia. And we can't do all of them, but Alexia has a real good pointer for number one, the nutrition, a real pragmatic, everyday take home pointer. And if you go to the supermarket, okay, conventional or Whole Foods, they're laid out pretty much the same. So as soon as you go in, what Alexia says, hook a hard right, because then you will have number one, access to incredible produce, fruits, vegetables, load up on that. And then Alexia says, make a left. And then as you're making that loop, okay, you'll have really good fish with omega 3. And then, of course, good meats and dairy section and pastured eggs and all that kind of stuff. And Alexia says, stay away from the central area because statistically, that is the area that's replete with highly, highly refined carbs in the packaged, they're usually packaged in cellophane, with all your cookies and cakes and chips. And we all know that kind of stuff. So Alexia says, everyone out there, please make the loop. And Alexia quotes the famous author Michael Pollan, who says, don't eat anything that your grandmother would not recognize as food. So tomorrow we will continue the series on evolutionary medicine and elaborate on every one of the topics that we hit on today, plus a lot more. So, everyone, have a great day and remember to make the loop, just like Alexia said. Bye bye.